Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Get It Out. It is back to school season and this is one of my favorite times of the year. Some of y'all probably dread it, like besides maybe like Christmas or like Halloween. I really enjoy Halloween. I just like the whole September, October, like that time frame. That's always been like my favorite parts of the year. And so it's back to school season and I just like love this whole like being prepared to like go back to school. It's always been my favorite time of the year. And some of you all have already started school, some of you are about to start school, and to those that have probably are about to start school, you're either really excited or you're dreading that you're about to start school and you really don't want to. And there's some of us like that out there. And there's many reasons to dread school, like don't get me wrong. This year is gonna be my senior year, so it's gonna be my final year, and it's crazy to think that I've been doing this for over 11 years, over a decade. That makes me feel really, really old. Like, so technically, like, with time comes experience. So, this is what this video is gonna be about. So if you're like, I don't want to go back to school, or you don't think you're ready to go back to school, this is what this video is going to be about. Or like this episode is going to be about. How to like not dread school, but more of how to create this school year your best one yet. So first we're going to start off on back to school prep shopping. So back to school shopping is one of my favorite things to do. And so first of all, you're going to have to get for New Year's supplies. And to know what you're gonna get first, I would probably suggest knowing what class you have first, by knowing how much supplies you need, what specific essentials you need. So pencils, of course, pens, notebooks, sticky notes. Sticky notes are a lifesaver. Those are my best friend. And recently I bought some like clear sticky notes, so I can like put them on my notebook when I forget something to add. And the right supplies make your studying better. When knowing what to get to make your notes a lot more neater and more cleaner and just more all organized, it will improve the way you take tests and how you do on your assignments. And not only with academic supplies, I feel like there's also essentials that you need that are not specifically for school. And I made a list. So first of all, it's the charger. Last year, because I was on my phone like for a good amount of the time, not like just being on my phone, but like all of my work, all of my reminders, all my notes, my Google Calendar was on there. Everything that I had that was like organized was on my phone. And my phone I was also like using a lot of just playing music. So my phone was constantly going. And that just led to like my phone being drained all the time. So like every morning I would forget to charge my phone, and then I would have to put it in. It would be like at 25%, and I'm like, fuck, I forgot to charge my phone. And so I charged it for like 5 minutes, and like it went up a couple like notches. But once I got to school, I was using it again. I'm like, dang it, I'm not gonna have enough battery for the day. And so I would end up asking, hey, do you have a charger I can use? And a lot of the times it's no, and sometimes it is yes, but it's better just to bring your own charger just in case. Also, I would never be the one to steal a charger, but you also like, it's good to bring your own charger, because if you do end up like lending it to a person, you never know if they're gonna give it back. Headphones are so essential to school day. If you're walking in class, I personally like study well with like music going like just in the background. I've never been a person that can focus in silence. Silence just doesn't work for me. Snacks. And let me elaborate on this. Snacks, candy's not a snack. Anything that has like, that's just rotten, just like junk food, that is not a snack. Make sure you get some healthy snacks, whether it's like a Kind bar, or like get something that makes you feel energized, a protein bar, or I don't know, something that's gonna make you feel good after you eat it. Water bottle. It's so crucial to stay hydrated, and like being at school for over, I don't know how long you guys been at school, like in a day, but like for me it's over like 7 hours. So it's important to stay hydrated throughout the day. Like going out without water, those 7 hours, first of all, you're dehydrated. Second, your breath stinks. So it's really important to take water. Deodorant. For people that have like a PE class or like physical education class, and then you sweat, and then you end up smelling a little bit, use a deodorant. Also, just having deodorant just on hand is like important, as well as like lotion. I don't want you being ashy, or like, also like you're touching like paper all the time, so this just absorbs so much moisture from your hands. And also hand sanitizer. I can't tell you the amount of times that like I was in a bathroom and then there's no soap anymore, and like I don't know what to do. There's no hand sanitizer lying around, and so it's important to have hand sanitizer. Another one, wardrobe. For those that do back to school clothes shopping, it's important to, well, if you're gonna start a new, like go for a new vibe this year, or you're gonna like just want to up your like fashion game or whatever, it's important to know what your style is, and Pinterest can help with a lot of that. If you're one of those, like you like that street style wear, or you like more of like a elegant and like basic essentials look but with jewelry in it, or whatever you're into, Pinterest can help with that, knowing what you should get before you go into the stores. And if you're one of those people that like money's very limited right now and I don't want to spend over $100, thrifting is always like a really great place to go. Like just thrift stores, or like a Goodwill. I love going to a Goodwill. Just knowing what to get is very important. And basic essentials, I can't stress that. Even though, if like, not that you have to dress in a basic way, but basic essentials are the reason. Not having enough basic essentials in your closet is the reason why you'll probably end up saying, oh, I have nothing to wear, but your closet's absolutely full. So what are basic essentials? A white t-shirt, black t-shirt, some good jeans, and a sweater. What else? Like some blue, of course, the classic blue jeans, and like probably some black jeans, and then maybe the neutral color. Just going for neutral colors in your clothing, and then after you get those, like after you get your foundation, then you can go into maybe a little more statement pieces, and then whatever jewelry, and then those graphic t-shirts and all that stuff. That's what makes it really important to know what you get, and also just prepares you not to waste a lot of your money and then just end up in the future giving it away to Goodwill because you never used it. And third is making a goal for yourself before you start the year. And this could be maybe academic, it could be probably athletic if you're like in a sport, if you're in a club, if you're, maybe it's even a personal goal. For example, if you want to get all A's this year, or you want to have like continue a 4.0 GPA, or you want to get a new PR in, like for example, track. You want to set, I don't know, throw more or run at a faster pace. I don't know, I haven't done track in a long time. Maybe you just don't even want to stress yourself. Maybe you want to like keep a calm environment and make sure you're not being overworked and having mental breakdowns every other day, you know? And I would suggest either putting this goal, make sure it's an achievable goal, not something that you know, oh, maybe I could make it. Make sure you can achieve it by the end of this year. And something that make sure it's a little bit of a challenge for you too, not something, oh, I'll make it in a week. Make sure it's like a long-term goal. And make sure when you put this goal, either write it down and like put in your wallet if you have a little locket, or put in your pocket every day. Just make sure you don't lose it. what I like to do is maybe put it on like my home screen, on my laptop home screens, or maybe on your phone home screen. Just make sure you put it somewhere that you know that it's going to remind you what you're working towards. And lastly, create a routine. Once we go back to school, our schedules are going to be full, busy. We're going to be at school in the morning. If you have work, if you if you have a sport, you have a club after school, extracurriculars. You also include time to spend with your friends, spend with your family, just like so many activities that just fill up our schedule. Make sure you know when to fit in all those events and all those people that are important to you, because once you set that up, you'll know when you have free time and notice how much free time, and that's so really important to have that routine. Okay, and before we start with all the tips and tricks and all that stuff, I'm going to start with a public service announcement. Because some of us, even while we're in school, and maybe some of us forgot, we're going to go over some school etiquette. Because clearly a lot of people don't know what that is. And to start off first, to everyone, this goes for everyone. First, don't smell bad. Use deodorant. Use the shower. I don't care. Deodorant's $1 at the Dollar Tree. If you're in high school, you better be using deodorant. I don't want you to pull some shit that's like, oh, I don't have like deodorant. It's $1 at the dollar store. I know you can find $1 maybe in your couch or maybe like in a pocket, and it's a high chance that you'll find $1 just flying in the wind or like on the ground. 4 quarters. I know you can find 4 quarters anywhere. So there's no excuses for not buying deodorant. What else? It's not expensive to buy deodorant. It's just basically that. Don't smell bad. And also, with not smelling bad, there's a thing of smelling too much. Like, for people that use perfume and cologne, there's no need to spray the entire bottle. That thing is for like a 4-month use, like 4 months of use. Don't go overboard with it. I don't want you drenching yourself in that. Girls, please, it's for both. Okay, so girls, when you're in the locker room, don't spray the entire stuff. Don't let please don't. You're spreading it, not only do you like become like a hazard, but like you're probably getting on everybody else. And it's just very uncomfortable. There's just a thing to like, there's a way on how to put perfume on. And so just put a couple spritz on. And the same with guys. Don't go using that Axe body spray, please. Please. Don't look at it. Don't touch it. Don't even look at it. Don't go near it. Please, don't think about it. And a little quick tutorial how to put on perfume. 1 on your neck, 1 on your wrist, and you're good to go. Don't go over 3 spritz. Please. Because it's really annoying there's actually a lot of people that are like really allergic to that. And when you're sitting next to them and sneezing, it's not very comfortable. It kind of like makes me not want to be around you. And not just with natural odor, brush your teeth too. Brush your teeth. Don't want to be like, don't be on your first day, you're ready to go, you're like dolled up, and then you go to say hi to someone and your breath absolutely stinks. It's a hazard. Don't. Please don't. Because when you talk to that someone, yes, you might look really like good and like appearance-wise, you probably look really like put together. But once you talk and your breath stinks and you just have a really bad odor in your mouth, it just makes you not want to be near you. Like, I think one of the most important things in like a first impression is like breath. If that makes any sense, not to make it sound weird. Also, let's remember some hallway etiquettes. That's going to be fun. So, how the hallways work. think of it as the road. There's two lanes, right? This is not the UK, so we're gonna be on the right side of the hallway. Keep walking on the right side of the hallway. Keep traffic moving. People are just like cars. We gotta keep going, right? Don't stop and chit chat. You wouldn't stop while you're driving to talk to another car, so why would you do it in the hall? Right? Chit chat at a different location. Go to like a place that isn't so like full of people, where there isn't traffic, where maybe if you're at a table, or maybe chit chat in the classroom. I don't care. Just keep traffic moving. Please don't make out in the hallways. Simple as that. Keep your PDA somewhere else. Please get a room. If you're so desperate, I guess go in the janitor's closet. Actually, don't. Be nice to the janitor. Also, school etiquette. Keep school clean. We all are going to the same school. We all want to go to a school that's clean, that isn't full of garbage everywhere, that isn't like, I hate seeing like fucking applesauce on the ground. We are not rats. Highlight, keyword, bold. We're not rats. Don't throw your food either. Like, if you're at lunch, please don't throw your food. Clean up after yourself. It's not the same. We all go to the same school. The teachers are also using the same school. We want to attend a good, clean-looking school, so please help to contribute and do your part. And before I go into academic tips, I want to talk about mindset first. And this is going to be the most important out of any advice I give you, because you can get all the academic tips you want, but if you're not in the right mindset, none of this is going to work out for you. And the first one I want to talk about is confidence. If it's going to be your first day soon, I want you, either if you're driving or if someone's driving you, I want you to walk up to either the stairs or just like the doors of your school, head up, chin up, shoulders back, and walk straight into it. I don't want you with your head down. Don't fumble with your don't fidget with your hands. Arms to the side. Walk and just go straight either to your friends or to your classroom. That's about confidence. And what you should have confidence in what you do and how you do it, and your answers. If you're gonna raise your hand, have confidence, raise your hand. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. You just know they made a mistake, and that's what you learn. There's only a benefit from having a mistake. How you present yourself. Walk up, chin up, head high, and then shoulders back, arms to the side, and then keep walking. That's all about confidence. And if you struggle with having confidence, always fake it. No one can ever know if you're faking it or not. And sometimes, sometimes I have to fake my confidence and no one will know. But if you guys ever watched Euphoria, how Maddie says 90% of life is confidence, and that's so true. So confidence is number one. Number two, focus on yourself. Don't worry about the drama. Don't worry about other people's shit. Don't worry about the whatever she said, he said. However, don't involve yourself in the drama. But I would suggest doing this though. Don't involve yourself, but listen. I've always been a listener, and I know all the people. I know everybody's shit. I just keep my mouth shut. Know people's shit, but you keep your mouth shut. I'm copywriting that. That's trademark. I'm trademarking that. But keep your ears open. If you're sitting next to someone and someone's gossiping and she's mean or whatever, listen. To know if they mention names, if you end up knowing that person, if you know who they're talking about, and then just keep listening to people's stuff. You'll know if you haven't met this person yet, but you probably know who they are. Listen to what they have to say. Don't listen to the context of the gossip, but more of who's being gossiped about. Because saying oh, she said this and then she said that and all this stuff. Whoever that she was or whoever they were, now you know to keep a distance from them. Because you never know if they're going to get you into shit, if they're going to get into problems, they're going to start talking about you. If you end up meeting them in the future, now you know to keep your distance, and now you know about that person. But also, don't judge. If you're a gossip, don't immediately trust it. Don't immediately try, like, oh, she said this. You never know if that's true or not. You weren't there to witness it, and there's always multiple sides to a story. And lastly, this is probably the most important. Actually, no, having confidence is the most important. But, like, also, don't worry about popularity. People that are popular or, like held up on a pedestal or put up on a pedestal, they will not be after high school. Because popularity after high school does not exist. Because they start fresh, they go into the new world, and we all start at zero, and you have to work your way back up. And feeding into popularity also just means you're a people pleaser. There's no need to be popular, because being popular, like, just sucks. There's, like, nothing, there's just, like, a status that has no value. It's like having a diamond that's, it's like you know what, being popular, being in, like, that, being seen as popular is like a diamond that's really glass. Because, like, from a viewpoint, it may look expensive, but in reality, it has no value. And because also people that are popular aren't even shit. They're usually rude. Not, like, just generalizing everybody, but the people that I've met that, like, are popular, they're rude, they're selfish, they have, like, egos up their ass. There's no need to be popular. Just be yourself, because first of all, if you're feeding to popularity, you're people pleasing, and that's never a good thing to do. Second, being popular has just no necessary value into it. So there's no need to feed into it. Just be who you are and live life how you want to, and just go about your day. It's just a couple hours of school. You're never going to know these people anyway. You're not going to meet them. You're not going to know them in the future. And also, when it comes to people that are popular, you know how they're always rude. Always make sure you're nice, or there's going to be people that you're going to dislike. Of course, there's going to be people that you dislike and maybe that you don't like so much. But let's always be nice to people. You never know if in the future they're going to be someone that, like, becomes very successful. And don't be the one that, like, blabs the mouth and just like, oh, she's so annoying and he's so annoying, like, all that stuff. Make sure you know who you're talking to about that shit, and make sure you know what is coming out of your mouth. Those are tips for mindset. Okay, what to do when the school season starts. So, it's the day before school, and I'm going to go through, like, all these steps of, like, morning to night, what you should be doing, or, like, what you want, like, just tips of you. You don't have to take everything that I say, but they're just tips. And the first thing is having a morning routine. And so, there's a lot of, like, it may look like a lot of steps, but in reality, they're just little tiny details, and every little single detail counts. And so, first of all, just set an alarm. Be time conscious. How long does it take for you, if you're going to shower in the morning, how long does it take for you to shower? How long does it take for you to eat breakfast, get changed, if you're going to end up cleaning your room, doing other stuff, maybe doing a little bit of homework before school starts? Be time conscious. How long does it take for you to drive, or, like, be driven, or, like, take the bus, or, like, what time does the bus pick you up, all that stuff. Be time conscious. How long does this take to make sure what time you should be waking up? I personally have to set multiple alarms, because recently I've been, like, sleeping through alarms, and also I need to change my alarm to something that's more, like, very alert, because I've been putting, like, something that I can probably sleep through, and just make sure what time and how, if you have to end up snoozing it, make sure you, like, set it to maybe wake up 2 minutes later, something like that. Second one is make your bed. Making your bed it takes you less than 5 minutes. For me, probably like 3 minutes. It sets you up to be productive. If you felt like, oh, I didn't do so well today, if you had a hard day, you can look back and say, at least I made my bed today, and that's enough to say. It sets you up to be productive, and just, it's such a, like, really crucial part, I think. Not only just being, like, cleanliness in your room, but just making sure that you be productive that day. Another tip is lay out your outfit the night before. And I have this habit, I don't know if anybody else does this, but when I don't lay out my outfit the night before, there's so many things that can go wrong the morning of when I'm choosing an outfit. Either I have an outfit in mind and it ends up looking horribly, it's like one of those outfits that you think is gonna look really good, and then you look in the mirror and like, what was I thinking? It's either that, or maybe you don't know what you want to wear, so you're putting on different things and you're not feeling it, so you just end up throwing it on your bed and then another shirt or pants, and then once you pick out an outfit that you're like, okay, I'll go with this, you look at your bed and it's an absolute monstrous mess. It's better to pick out than your outfit the day before. Another one, eat breakfast. And I know for some don't like eating breakfast, and I get that. For sometimes it makes your stomach sick and it just makes you feel like icky. I get that. But to those that do eat breakfast, make something that is good for you, and it's good for you basically. Red Bull, chips, no. So, honey, no. Please, no. That is not breakfast. That is junk. Here, examples of a good burger, like avocado on toast, a bagel, cream cheese, a side of a bowl of fruit, eggs. Personally, I'm not eggs girl. I don't like dairy. Just anything, food that energizes you is basically, because you having that energy in the morning is gonna set you up that whole day. Some of us don't get to eat during at school, unless you bring those snacks I suggested. It gives you that energy and motivation to have once you enter school. Optional. This is an optional one, but it personally gets me going in the morning. Having a morning playlist. Put some feel good music. Usually once I put music on after I wake up, it gets me going, my adrenaline gets going, and I'm just kind of puts me in a better mood. Put some feel good music. I know some of us like that sad mellow music, and it just I don't know. I do love a good sad song, but I feel put some good music that puts you, okay, when you put on music in the morning that's sad and just kind of puts you in your feels, you end up going to school sad. You end up going to school in a bad mood. You shouldn't be doing that. Put some good music on that makes you feel good and pumped up, or if you want to sing in the shower or something like that, and then you go to school in a happier mood. It's all the consequences of your actions. And I personally like to put some manifestation music and all that songs that reminded you something nostalgic from the 2000s and 2010s. Anything like that I'll usually put on. And there's so many crucial things of a morning routine that lead you to walking into school in a lot better, in a happier mood. So what to do during school hours and what's happening during school. And the first one is have an organizational tool. My personal favorite is using Google Calendar. I love having all the settings on, having reminders, and when you it's kind of rewarding when you check everything off, and then the events, you have from this time to this time, and color code everything. If you're that person that likes to have the old-fashioned planner, go ahead having that. Just Google Calendar has always been my personal favorite, because being organized is really important to make sure that you know everything that's going on that day, knowing your due dates and the deadlines, having the events, all the extracurricular activities, after school sports, and then make sure you get your assignments in, just all, and knowing when you have work and when you want to do, it sets you up, and you can check off list by list. It makes you stay organized, and it's really important to stay organized. Another one, having a good note-taking system. Whether you like to do on a computer, on a laptop, an iPad, or to do the old-fashioned notebook. I personally like using the old-fashioned notebook. I don't like how online works with notes. Because if you want, making sure you take good notes is using color coding, is everything in chronological order, the neatness, make sure you're using readable handwriting. All components of good notes have benefits. And so first of all, you can read your notes. your notes are well written. Because if you need to like share your notes with somebody, they know what they're reading. That's not just scribbles. It improves your now that you know like what you're taking in from your notes, you take in the material a lot faster, and you like have it stuck in your brain now. And now that the material's in your brain, it helps you improve on your test and improve your grade. It's all like that domino effect. And another one to do during school is, if you're struggling, if you're either in your academics or you're not feeling like your best, if your mental health is going down, if you're like feeling you're lacking a motivation and you're just not doing as well as you thought, or you just maybe need more test time, you're not doing really well on tests, if you're not doing so well in school, there's nothing wrong with asking for help. Your counselors are there to help you, and you should probably taking that to your advantage. They can help you know what's going on in your life. Maybe if it's like a home issue, maybe they can help you what to do at home. If it's something that's with your academics, maybe they can talk to your teachers, like, hey, maybe give them a little bit more test time, or like maybe see if they can talk to your teacher if they're bothering you. They can get you involved in communities, clubs, with colleges as well. Just take advantage of all the abilities your counselor can do. And I want to talk about, not a lot of people have an after school routine, but I feel like it's important to have like from the second that you get off at school to like when you're about to go to sleep. And the first one I talk about, and I feel like everybody should do this, take time to take a break. For how long you were at school, either you're probably there for 3 hours, a lot of us are probably for like 7 hours straight, depending on who you are and what school you go to. Your brain needs a break. Don't overwork your brain. Maybe like 15 to 30 minute break. Maybe read a book, take a little nap, have a snack. You probably haven't eaten in a while. Listen to some music, or maybe even watch a TV show. Do something that can calm your brain down, and just like don't overwork your brain, because it's good to gain some energy for what you're about to do in the afternoon. This is when it comes to your when it comes to your academics. Having a good place to study is really important, because I don't know about a lot of people, but personally, I can't study at home. It's like the same thing, like I can't work out at home. Because the reason why I go to an actual gym is because when you're at home, you have the comfort to mess around. You have the comfort to just kind of like slow down and not focus on your workout and mess around. It's the same thing when it comes to studying. If I'm like studying at home, I have the comfort, I'll go and grab my phone and be on TikTok for only 2 minutes, but then I end up being on for half an hour. And I'm like, I don't want to do this right now. I'll just go sit and like stare at a wall. But like in contrast, when it comes to if you're at a coffee shop or you're at a library, you're forced to actually study. Just like when you're at a gym, you're forced to work out, because no one wants you to be on a machine and just not do anything. There are people out there, I can confirm that, but don't be one of those people. That's why I'm going to create this routine that I'm going to go to the library and study. And that's how, when you actually put in and you're actually focused into the work that you're doing, it gets done faster, and then you have more leisure time. That's when you can have either want to fill it in with something else or have more study time if you want to do it. And just there's so many benefits to it. You retain the material better, and you have that less likelihood to procrastinate, and it just increases how you finish your work faster. And not just in place, but like on who you work with. Some people study better when they're alone, and some people actually study better in groups. If you want to be that person that likes to study in groups, just make sure that you choose people that are actually going to be on task and focused, and not just mess around and have a shits and giggles, Another one's check your emails. It's so many people especially in high school, miss opportunities just because they don't end up checking their email. They miss scholarship opportunities, grants, college information. Maybe it's really important like information from your teachers. A lot of teachers use email to connect with their students. It's not just over text these days. And so it's important to check your emails probably at least once a day. Maybe I would actually, I take that back. Twice a day. Once in the morning and then once in the afternoon, then make sure you didn't miss anything. As well as check your grades. To make sure that everything's right. Make sure you didn't miss any assignments, and if you know you always turn in your assignments, make sure you check your grades. Hey, is that the score that you know you deserve? Do you think you probably could do better on it? Maybe you want to retake a test. If that's if you're eligible to retake a test, make sure that you know that you can retake the test. Make sure your teachers are putting everything correctly, and if you know that you did really well on an assignment and you got a really bad grade on it, go talk to your teachers and hey, I know I did really good. Why did I get this grade? Don't be those people that check the last minute before the semester ends. It's not good for you, and it's also not fun for the teachers. And the final thing is, how do you not lose motivation? And my only answer is romanticize it. Romanticize the living shit out of going to school. And how do you do that? And there's so many things by doing it. First of all, if you have that access to money, when you buy your school supplies, buy cute stationery, cute little when I did my back to school shopping, I bought these cute little pastel highlighters, and then those cute little notes for my books, and then my actual notes in it, the pencil, and then the markers and all that stuff. The pens, I've always been a person that loves stationery, and every time I go to Marshalls or anything that any place that has stationery, I'll go there immediately before anything else. That's the first time I'm going, and I love stationery. Have a good study playlist. I personally love listening to classical music while studying, or just having background noise. I always study better with just random background noise. If you're one of those people that maybe can't study with music, maybe there's so many I think there's websites out there that you can study to sounds, specific sound, maybe what was it? I think there's whale sounds or something like that. And then another where there's just people, just a crowd of people. Whatever makes you feel better while studying, use that. Also, I think this is a really important one. Go to school in good outfits, in cute outfits, or whatever makes you something that makes you look good. Because there's actual studies that have been done. When you show out looking good, you end up feeling better and you perform better. It's just a little maybe. So who cares that school isn't a fashion show? Just also don't go in fucking pajamas. When have we gone to this time where a couple years ago, I know the 50s and 60s and all that stuff were horrible eras, but you wore nice outfits and suits and all dressed up and looking your best, and we've gone to pajamas to go into school. We're not doing that. Please don't do that. I don't want to see pajamas anymore. Are people gonna listen? Maybe not, but I don't want to see it. Don't go fucking pajamas. Look your best, and you'll feel your best. Also, take study breaks. Even if you're at school, and maybe if you're not at school either, don't overwork yourself. Overworking yourself doesn't do anything but just harm yourself. It doesn't make you, because when you overwork yourself, you're actually doing more harm. You're not actually gaining the material, and more likely to actually forget it. And the last one I want to talk about, which is the most important out of all these, is remember your goals. When you're about to give up, or when you feel I don't want to do this anymore, why is this all for, every time I'm in that mood or headspace, I always tell myself, and I would always say, remember what all of this is for. And I suggest that you all use that. Whether it's maybe a dream career or dream college, or you want to make something out of yourself after high school, or just do something really good that like some makes you a legacy or whatever. Also remember, you were able to do this last year, so you can do it for one more year. And then if you can just keep going, and those any like motivator that helps you have it, because you know you have the power and you know you have the strength to do it for one more year. And those are my tips. I love, this is one of my favorite episodes to talk about my favorite times of the year. I hope you guys have a good school year if you're about to go into school, and I hope you guys enjoy this episode, and I'll talk to you guys next week.